The Busy Ants and the Lazy Ants by Jill Bever and Sheila Curry, and read by Mr. C, the teacher. The busy ants were planting a garden. They all worked together to plant the seeds. The lazy ants had a garden too. They planted some seeds, but most of the ants wanted to rest. "This is hard work," said the lazy ants. "We can plant the rest later." "We're all done," said the busy ants proudly. "Well," said the lazy ants, "that's because your garden is smaller. When our garden grows, we'll have more to eat because it's bigger." Soon the busy ants were covering their garden with circles. "What are you doing?" asked the lazy ants. "We don't think our garden is smaller," said the busy ants, "so we are measuring it. Then you can measure your garden." "Ha ha ha!" laughed the lazy ants. "Those circles leave spaces. We are not going to measure our garden that way." The busy ants decided to try something else. "There," they said, "we have covered half, and there are no spaces." "Ha ha ha!" laughed the lazy ants. "It will take a long time to cover your garden with those little rectangles. We will use something much bigger when we measure our garden." Next, the busy ants found some triangles to cover their garden. "Look, we're finished already," they said to the lazy ants. "Now you can cover your garden." "Ha ha ha!" laughed the lazy ants. "That's not going to work. The shapes have to be the same size, and you have to put them beside each other." So the busy ants covered their garden with squares. "These squares are all the same size," said the busy ants, "and they are beside each other." "Good job," said the lazy ants. "Now we will measure our garden. It will take a long time because our garden is so much bigger than yours." "We can help," said the busy ants. The busy ants worked quickly to cover the garden. They said, "It took 16 squares to cover your garden, and 16 squares to cover ours. They are the same size." The lazy ants were surprised. "Oh well," they said, "if our gardens are exactly the same size, then we will all grow the same amount of food." 2 months later, "Ha ha ha!" laughed the busy ants.